What? Nothing on earth could have prepared me for that. What? Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're looking at takes that are just completely out of this world. For example, does pineapple belong on pizza? Of course it does. That's a hot take. But this is not my hot takes. This is the internet's hot takes. So let's take a look at what people think and see if we agree with them or not.
Moon Knight was awful.
Okay, no. As a Marvel fan myself, I actually really enjoyed Moon Knight. It was a completely different, it seemed like a completely different genre in the beginning episodes in comparison to what the MCU was at the time. In hindsight, maybe they could use it, they could do things slightly differently, but no, I think it was great. I think the execution was good. If you don't know the story, then it will be confusing, but it will bring you into a part of Marvel that you probably didn't know before or didn't understand before.
See, you use these words like awful.
Awful. I could go into more detail. Would you like me to?
No, because it's going to piss me off more.
It was the second worst thing the MCU did last year. And it was awful. There was one half episode where I thought it was interesting, and that's it.
That's a horrible take. I have to disagree. That's a horrible take. It was a good show. I think this is an old clip. Okay, I think people still held Marvel to a very high standard when Moon Knight did come out.
Moon Knight is on par with Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, yikes.
Yep. All right, your turn.
Look in my eyes.
Yep.
Spider-Man Homecoming is one of the worst Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man Homecoming. So that's Tom Holland's first Spider-Man. Was it the worst? I rewatched Homecoming at least 6 times. I rewatched Far From Home just as many times. I've only rewatched the latest one, No Way Home. So many homes. The latest one, No Way Home, where there's obviously all 3 of them. Spoiler alert, unless you haven't seen it. That is, I would say that's probably the worst. But this was obviously before then. I just feel like it was purely nostalgia bait. The story was a bit sloppy. The introduction of all the different characters was like, yeah, it's cool. Bring them back. They were in this one. But then it's like, you can rewatch Spider-Man Far From Home, the second one, and feel the emotions behind it. Feel when he gets in touch with his Spidey sense. That CGI sequence where Mysterio is throwing him and he gets hit by the train at the end, throwing him around with the spiders and he's in the snow globe. I think that's the MCU's best use of CGI. Not part of this hot take at all, but I do think that the third one is probably the worst out of his trilogy.
All right. WandaVision, better than Endgame.
Oh my word. That is horrible. That's a horrible, horrible take. That is the worst. That's the worst take. Maybe they're rage baiting. Maybe that's the whole point of this. Maybe this whole episode was just how can we rage bait. There's no ways WandaVision was better than Endgame. No ways. Endgame was perfect. It was perfect. The reason it has made the most money ever, it was perfect, and I will stand by that. As a Marvel fan, as you can probably tell, Endgame was perfect. Okay, maybe not perfect, but...
So what's your take?
Unless you have a hearing impediment or you don't speak the language, you shouldn't be turning on subtitles when you're watching movies.
100% disagree.
I disagree with that as well. And there's a scientific fact. It actually helps improve your reading. Even if you're not looking at the subtitles, seeing the words come up, it actually helps you improve your reading comprehension. Especially now where the likes of Netflix and Prime, where they're not putting that much... they're throwing a lot of money at it, but the production level is not as high as possibly it could be. Or if you're rewatching an old movie where maybe the audio wasn't perfect, having the subtitles, you're able to follow the story. Because as soon as you can't hear what they're saying, your brain picks up, oh, I can't hear it. You look at the writing and you know what's being said. Having subtitles on the screen, though, is really annoying. Because that's all you stare at. You're basically just staring at the words. Me with ADHD, that's what ends up happening, is I just stare at the words. But yeah, if there was a way we could have a black bar at the bottom, put them there, and then it doesn't disturb the screen, that would be perfect. I'd be happy with subtitles like that.
Subtitles in movies.
You're a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You spend days, months, years putting together a piece that you really are proud of. You get that perfect shot on the beach, perfect timing, all for somebody to go into a theater or they're at their home watching on Netflix and they're looking at the lower 5% of the screen the entire time.
No. Once you
Kind of on board with him because of that point. If that's his only reasoning, then sure.
become a subtitle head, you don't even see that.
But then why have them on?
They provide comfort. They're complementary to the film. You get every single word.
People will say that, but they're not watching incredibly interesting shows. It's like Love Island US that you're watching.
I'm watching Phantom Thread with the
The
subtitles.
listening
on.
comprehension is not there for most people.
I'm sitting on the fence. I'm between both of them. Is it a hot take then? Because I'm sitting with both of them. No, it's not. In a world, do I prefer subtitles or no subtitles? Because I've read, I watched the TikTok, that subtitles actually help reading improve, especially in kids. My kids watching TV with the subtitles on might help them improve their reading. I'm all for it. Let's do it. More subtitles.
So what's your take?
You're not in a situationship, you're in a bad relationship.
100% agree. Situationship shouldn't even be a word.
I think if you are romantically involved with someone with
Situationship is such an American term. I agree. It's putting a label before a label. You're not committing to something because either yes, you want to sleep around. I wish you would make that clear. Or you're not able to commit to someone because you're not sure about your feelings to them. Then if that's the case, make that the case. Don't say, oh, we're in a situationship. Because then you're putting limits on this other person who probably does like you, who probably wants to be in a relationship with you. Now you're putting limits on them. And it's not a hot take. I fully agree with this. Situationship, American term, let's get rid of it. You're either in a relationship with someone or you're not.
like any regularity, you're dating. If it's been a few weeks, you're dating, you're in a relationship.
You're seeing someone.
You're seeing someone. Relationship is this broad category. It can be so many things. In other cultures, in past generations, they recognize that it was very loose and fluid. Like your grandma probably had like 3 boyfriends at a time, or like
My grandma did not have 3.
Yeah, my grandma did not have 3 boyfriends at a time. At least not that I know.
boyfriends. My grandma did not have 3 boyfriends, only saw 1 penis her entire life, and it was my grandfather's penis.
I mean, good for her. She locked it down.
She's a good woman. I'm not slut shaming here, but she's a good woman.
She locked it down.
Anyways, don't bring up my grandma again. Let her cook.
We only validate like a very specific type of relationship. It's like a capital R, like you're exclusive, this is my boyfriend, and it's like a legal binding contract almost.
It's because everyone's afraid.
Everyone's afraid, and we use these like new labels to try to like absolve ourselves from having to show that like we give a shit about someone, and I think that's so sad.
I think it's sad too.
I have friends who are in like months-long, years-long situationships, and it's like, that's your boyfriend. You
What
guys
does this say? What is the phrase again? Put a ring on it, lock it
Yeah.
up, shit or get off the pot.
shit or get off the pot. Exactly.
Let him go.
I agree with her. It's not a hot take. It's just, people are afraid. And I said that earlier. So people are afraid to commit. And I saw a very motivational TikTok. Basically, it said, why are we not sprinting towards our dreams? What is holding us back? You only get one life. And you're going to waste it being in a situationship. Why not just say, this is what I want, and I'm going to get it? It's your only chance. You only have one chance. Do not waste it being in a situationship because you're too afraid to commit to something. Don't force yourself into commitment now. But chase your dreams, guys. Come on.
Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend for no reason? I, 26 female, have been with my now ex-boyfriend, Eric, 28 male, for 2 years. Overall, we had a good relationship. Nothing crazy. Until last night when things completely fell apart. We were out at a bar with some of his friends, just having a normal night. Drinks, food, the usual. Eric and his friend Mark, 28 male, were joking around, and Eric made a comment about how much Mark was eating. Something like, quote, "Careful, Mark, you'll eat the whole damn bar." It seemed harmless at first, just typical guy humor. But then Mark looked right at me and said, quote, "If she only knew." It was one of those moments where you
I already know the ending of this, I think. Basically, they've been talking and maybe he's cheating, or at least this is the vibe that I'm getting straight away, is that he's cheating on her and his best friend knows. So he made fun of his best friend, and his best friend said like, oh, if only she knew what the truth was. It could be anything. It could be literally anything. But as the receiving end, the person who doesn't know anything, that's instantly what your mind goes to.
Instantly feel uncomfortable, like there's something going on behind your back. I had no idea what Mark was talking about, and the whole vibe at the table shifted. But before I could even react, Eric, my boyfriend, exploded. He went off on Mark, screaming at him to shut the fuck up, and even tried to get physical. His other friends had to hold him back. Mark didn't really react, which only made Eric angrier. The whole thing was awkward as hell, and we ended up leaving early. When we got back to my place,
Okay, but first, why do you want to be with a man like that? Come on, girl. Seriously, if he's going to be so outraged, people who have pent up anger that they can just switch like that, you need to be careful. Maybe he's a lovely guy, but something as simple as that, obviously he's hiding something. There's no reason for him to get that aggressive. But imagine in the future, he is hiding something and you can't call him out for it and he instantly switches.
I didn't stop thinking about that comment. So I asked Eric, quote, what the hell did Mark mean by if she only knew? What don't I know? And instead of just answering me like a normal person, Eric lost it again. He started yelling at me, telling me to drop it and stop being paranoid. He was dodging every question, getting more pissed every time I brought it up. I wasn't trying to pick a fight. I just wanted to know what was going on. It felt like there was something important being hidden from me, and I wasn't about to let it slide.
Either he's cheating or he's hiding something, like he wants to propose to her. It's something for her. I'm saying propose because that's like the top of the top, but it's something like a surprise for her or something that the best friend knows. So he could be embarrassed or shy or wanting it to be a surprise, which is why it's building up to that. Or, like the obvious answer, he could be cheating and he's trying to hide that. Why is he getting aggressive in both situations?
Every time I asked, he'd just get more defensive and angry.
I'm riveted. What was it?
Finally, he stormed out of my apartment. He doesn't live with me, so I locked the door and called it a night. I didn't hear from him until this morning, and when I did, it was just more angry texts telling me to drop it and leave him alone. At that point, I was done. I'm not going to sit around and be treated like I'm crazy for asking a simple question. I texted him back saying, we're done. I need space, and if he can't be honest with me, then I don't want any part of this relationship. End of story. Now here's where it gets worse. He's been going around to our mutual friends, telling them that I left him for no reason and trying to make it seem like I'm the one who overreacted. Some of them have even reached out to me saying I should have just let it go and that I'm blowing things out of proportion. I told them to mind their own fucking...
Are they his friends or are they your friends? That's where we want it. That's where there'll be the differentiation between the two, because if they're your friends, they'll take your back. She says mutuals, but where did they come from first? You know, was it his side or her side? I can imagine why he would say she left me for nothing, because he doesn't think he's in the wrong. So maybe it's not cheating, or maybe he doesn't want other people to know. But I hope we find out. I'm as much involved as you guys are.
I don't care what they think. None of them were there in that moment. None of them saw how he acted, and none of them have to live with the pit in their stomach that I've had since that weird-ass comment from Mark. I'm not about to stay in a relationship where I feel like something shady is going on behind my back. If Eric can't be straight with me after 2 years together, then what's the point? So Reddit, am I the asshole for leaving him over this?
What was it? I need to know what it was.
Well, we have an update. I feel
Yes.
like I'm living in some kind of twisted nightmare, and the more I try to make sense of it, the worse it gets. Mark called me today while I was at work. I didn't expect him to call me because he was ignoring me, so I stepped outside to take the call, and he told me something that I never in a million years could have prepared for. He told me that Eric has been putting other men's semen into my food, drinks, skincare, shampoo, conditioner, and even my toothpaste.
What? Nothing on earth could have prepared me for that. What? I'm crying. Guys, we were thinking he was cheating. He wanted to propose. Okay. He's clearly psycho. Oh my word. Oh my word. Nothing could have prepared me for that. He should be locked up. Other men's as well. Not just his. Other men. What is he trying to do?
What the sorry?
I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being dramatic. That's what Mark said. Eric has apparently been hooking up with random men, having them finish into cups, and then using it in my meals and drinks like it's some kind of sick joke. Even as I write this, I'm still in complete disbelief. Who does that to someone? Mark said he found out about this a week ago, but for some reason, it took him that long to tell me. A week. I've been living my life completely oblivious, trusting Eric, someone I loved, while this was happening behind my back.
Wow.
I feel so betrayed, so disgusted, and so violated. When I asked Mark if he and Eric were having an affair or if this was some sort of twisted thing between them, he swore they weren't. And he even made a gross comment about not wanting to touch Eric because, quote, who knows what diseases he had. That made my stomach turn.
Damn. Can you get diseases from eating it? No, because I'm pretty sure they would have died out by then. How did she not know?
All sauce should come on the side.
100% disagree.
You go behind my back at a person I have never met before, and you decide how much sauce I want or deserve. You should at the very least ask. You ask me how I want my meat to be cooked. You should ask me how I want my sauce.
Fair point.
Okay, Marcelo, but in what situation are they putting sauce on your food? I've never been to a restaurant where their sauce comes on the food. It's always next to the food. Maybe, yeah, like if I had to get like a pepper steak or something, it's next to the food. Horrible take. Because I've just never... When has that ever happened? Sorry, Marcelo. I hope you see this.
You love Guardian Straight. So do I. But even if it was in phase 4, it still would only be the 4th best phase 4 project.
Solid take.
Maybe.
Solid take. It wasn't great. Solid take. Next.
So what's your take?
There is no such thing as nothing.
100% disagree.
Look. Okay, all right.
Something.
No, I'm saying there's no such thing as...
Yeah, that's just a fact. That's just a fact, Penn Badgley. This is a guy from You, right? That's just a fact. Anyway, not a hot take. Moving on.
So what's your take?
My take, Kareem, is that I think we need to gatekeep more.
100% agree. Gatekeep everything.
Everything. More secrets. If you enjoyed something recently, whether it's a book, a film,
a restaurant,
keep that shit to yourself.
Keep it to yourself. Circle only.
Limited.
Yes. I agree, because here's what happens. I'm going to choose the most popular one. A restaurant, a hidden gem, goes on TikTok, suddenly it's flooded. No one gets to experience it the way it's supposed to be experienced, which is empty. You can't experience things empty anymore because, like, either it's just opened, which makes it popular and people go there, or it's been open for many years and then everyone knows about it. It's not that special. You say, oh, I did this, and then someone else will say, oh, yeah, I've done that already. 100% agree. But in a capitalistic world, that will never happen because anything and everything needs to be monetized. Just like this video.
My Christmas hot take, Christmas dinners and Christmas food is honestly... It's the same with the stocking for me. I don't want Thanksgiving 2. Thanksgiving 2 with not as much effort. Not as much seasoning. No. And it's kind of just thrown together. Yes. Oh, y'all want another ham? No. Yes. I don't want ham. I want Jersey Mike's. Yes, exactly. I want a ham again. I don't...
Disagree. I'm not American, so we don't have Thanksgiving. So we do have Christmas, and Christmas is amazing. Christmas food is amazing. Don't have turkey on Christmas if you're American. Have chicken, have ham. That's up to you. That's your poor planning. My Christmas is amazing. We don't have Christmas dinner. We have Christmas lunch, and best food you'll ever have the whole year round. We save up. We buy enough. There's 4 of us in the house. We buy enough for 10 people, just in case someone else shows up. And it's great. It's lots of fun, and it tastes amazing because I cooked it.
So what's your take?
My take is that there are no takes.
There are no takes? 100% disagree, because this show's about takes.
I just deleted your show. As I have gotten older and I look at like some of my takes from the past, I don't think those takes hold up.
Okay.
Takes
It just means you had a bad idea or opinion previously, or your opinion has changed. Simple as that. You could still have a hot take. That's what this whole video is about.
People should not be allowed to comment on videos unless they've watched the entire thing.
100% agree.
How can you?
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I don't think all the way through, but I think there should be a system where if you make a comment that is about something that gets revealed at the end of the video. So for example, if someone is doing a skit, and then at the end of the video they say they flip it, and you call them out for the beginning part, which I see all the time on TikTok, you should get like a penalty point. You're not allowed to comment for the next 5 videos or something like that, because you didn't watch it the whole way through. You didn't, like, people can vote and say terrible comment. Like if you get 10 down votes on your comment, you get a penalty point. But obviously that'll stop people from commenting. Anyway, but I think it's good, because she does say here, how can you join the conversation? So how can you form an opinion? People love dropping comments, because my favorite thing to do, my favorite pastime, is to go on a video that has like 1 like and drop a comment on there, because you know it's going to get engagement by the person who posted it or the next person who sees it, because you are there. So it's like your own little source of being an influencer and having a voice, as you comment on someone's video that doesn't have many comments. Side note, has anyone here ever gone viral through a comment? Like had a comment go viral? Like I've had a comment reach 100,000 likes before on TikTok. And that was my most. I've had a couple do 50, 40, 20 around that range. I have one at the moment that's sitting on around 1,000. It's the most annoying thing in the world. You get notifications endlessly about people liking your comments and replying to your comments and going on. You get nothing from that. No one views your profile. No one follows you. No one engages with you. All they do is reply to your comment, which boosts the original creator's post even more. So they get like 20 likes or 20,000 likes on their video. Then you've got a comment that's sitting on 100,000 likes. People like your comment more, but guess what? Guess who's getting paid with all the views? The original creator. Comments should get money as well, because the funniest people in the world live in TikTok comments. But ask that person to make a video, not going to get any views. That's my hot take, is that comments, you should get paid for comments, for likes on your comments. That's actually, TikTok, reach out to me. Let's work out a deal.
Join the conversation if you don't know what the context is. People comment a question that has been answered later on in the video. How does that make sense?
Because people don't read anymore. They also don't even watch.
At all.
They can only watch 14 seconds.
We should even add a 30-second buffer to think about it before they could even open the comments.
Before you leave a comment.
So that they can make their own ideas that are unbiased.
That's a nice
because
vibe.
As soon as you see something, boom, bias. Now it's like, am I just a sheep?
TikTok will never let that happen, because if you hold back engagement, people stop using the app. Just like Instagram. Instagram is failing because Mark Zuckerberg was interfering with engagement, not letting people engage the way that they want to.
I like that our phones are listening to us.
100% disagree. Why could you possibly like that?
It's already out of our control. Okay, so we might as well lean into it and see the benefit.
What's the benefit of your phone listening to you?
The other day, I wrote down in my notes, Prada perfume. Boom, Instagram, 20% discount on the perfume.
Yes. This is what I'm saying. I do like this. As someone in digital marketing that works on Google Ads, I love targeted ads, because that's how you find the discounts for the products you're actually interested in. You completely ignore the other products that have bad targeting. In fact, as a digital marketer, if someone targets me with an ad that is not meant for me, I can reach out to them and be like, hey, your agency is doing a bad job. Come to us instead. We will do a better job. I agree with her. And I wouldn't say it's a hot take, but I agree with her, because I like that the world is coming to me based on my interests. So if I'm interested in go-karting, I get an ad related to go-karting. I then can engage with that, which I would have never found that before because maybe I wouldn't have thought, let me look up go-karting. You know what I mean? Great take.
I, 28 female.
Okay, last one. She was great on the first one. So let's see what else she says here. Stick around, guys. We're almost done.
Made a joke with my husband, 29 male, and it's costing me my marriage with a man I truly love. I need help fixing it. My husband and I have been married for 4 years now. I truly do love him with everything I have. I can't see a life without him. I took some stupid advice from some of my girlfriends regarding a joke that they have done with their husbands or boyfriend. The joke is basically telling your partner that you want to break up or that you want a divorce.
No, it depends on your relationship. Like, you can make those jokes. But like if it's your first time and it's because your friends are doing it, so maybe it's not something you guys are usually doing, that's not something I would have recommended.
Okay. Whoa.
Well, I never wanted to do it and thought it was cruel to do, especially to someone you love. But I was convinced after they kept pestering me about it, as I was the only one that hasn't done it yet out of the 5 of us. They further convinced me about it when they told me the reactions.
They pushed her to do it. Okay, well, you don't have to do it. Don't fall under the peer pressure.
Their partner had afterwards. Stupidly, I did it last week, and my husband's reaction wasn't what I thought it would be. I honestly thought that he would try and talk to me or beg or make suggestions like my friends' partners had done, but he didn't. We had dinner and we were watching a movie when I told him, I'm not happy anymore, and I think we should get a divorce. He looked at me for a couple of seconds, and I swear, it looked like something broke in his eyes. He got up, walked to our bedroom, and within 10 minutes came out with a bag and walked out.
No. There's nothing broken to him except for the truth. I think that's what... I feel like that's what he wanted. He wanted to be out of there already, and because there's no ways... Like, if my wife came to me and said she wants a divorce, I would know she's joking because our relationship is so strong. And I feel like maybe these other couples or her friends have a similar thing where their relationship is strong. The partner would know they're joking. He didn't know it was a joke, or he already wanted out and he saw this as a, like, she sees it as his eyes are breaking, his heart is breaking. He sees it as, this is my way out. I can finally be free. I can finally be free.
House without saying a word to me. I tried to stop him, especially after seeing him with his bag packed, and I told him it was just a joke and I didn't mean it, but he basically just brushed me off and walked out. I've tried to get a hold of him, messages, calls, emails, video chats, but he isn't answering me at all. I talked to his friends, but none of them want to tell me where he is, when, and if they even answer me. I went to his work, but they refused me entry into the building. I've tried his parents, but they don't want to get involved as well as with his siblings. The only messages I got back were from his sister, telling me, joke or not, I fucked up. I've sent so many messages about it being a joke, and even sent screenshots of my conversations with my girlfriends about the joke as a proof that it was a joke and that I'm not backtracking all of a sudden, but nothing. My friends didn't have any real advice and told me to just give him time and that he will get over it. Everything came down on me yesterday when I was served with actual divorce papers.
Those were ready to go from the jump. He wanted out. He already had someone else. He saw this as an opportunity. I don't think he's a great guy, because why did he not have a conversation with you if he wasn't happy? Why did he let it get to the stage? But also, your friends don't know your relationship. If he's the type of guy that would get offended by a joke like that, you should know not to joke with him like that. He's your husband. You got married to the man. You know what he can and cannot take, which makes me think he wants it out already.
Oh my God.
It felt like someone slapped me in the face and hit me and continued to hit me. I was and still am in so much pain. I frantically tried to get a hold of him, but all I got back was he has nothing to say and that I should talk to his lawyer. How can I get the man I love back? I don't want to lose him. I made a stupid joke. I know that now, and it's breaking my world apart. This is why you don't joke about breaking up or divorce. You lose all trust that person had with you.
No. It's depending on the situation. You can make those jokes if the other person knows that they're jokes. Obviously, if you do it all the time, then it's going to start a thing. But like, in the right situation, you can make those jokes, as long as the other person, you know that the other person knows it's a joke. In this situation, I don't think it does, because why would he just let something like that completely go? Like, she said, no, it's a joke, I'm joking. If he actually wanted to stay with her, he would try and understand, oh, okay, that makes sense. He definitely wants it out of this. He was not interested in her at all. Just as I'm not interested in any of you that have not hit the like button yet. I'm joking, but thank you so much for watching today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe for the next one, and I will see you next week, same time. Bye-bye.